Hello guys and welcome back to some Frosti-Town. Let me just bring this down a little bit. There we go. So we're gonna be making something like a Blade Runner. So like a Runner scene. So don't worry, everything that is going to be in this tutorial are gonna be free, and I'm gonna link them in the description below. So the first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna go to append and we're gonna download the car. Don't worry, this car is for free on Sketchfab. Links are gonna be in the description below. So we're gonna bring the car here, we're gonna make it big. Let's just bring it here. Next thing we're going to do is we're going to import an FBX. I'm going to go into downloads and I have that. Where is it? There it is. I'm going to import this guy. I'm going to scale this down. I'm going to bring it here. Scale this guy down. Bring it over there. I'm gonna press Shift D and I'm gonna bring it right about here. I'm gonna select this and we'll bring it here, and let's bring it right about here. Now let's set up our camera. Control Alt and 0. Sorry, let me turn on my screencast keys. I'm gonna press Shift and tilde and I'm gonna bring the camera to right about here, and I'm gonna turn these guys on. So let's just scale this down a bit to right about here. Alright, the next thing what we're gonna do is we're gonna go into our camera and we're gonna bring this back to right about here. Alright, the one thing that isn't free is the cable eraser. You're gonna have to buy that. You can buy that from Gumroad or Blender Market. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna add a plane. I'm gonna bring it down to just overlapping this plane. I'm gonna scale up. I'm gonna bring it right above this guy. I'm gonna bring it up right about here. Alright, the next thing what we're gonna do is we're gonna go into our shading. I'm gonna go into our shading and we're gonna press 0. First thing we're gonna do is we're gonna look at this car and I'm gonna give it metallic, and we're gonna bring down the roughness, make it dark, make this dark too, and we're gonna make this dark as well. We're gonna select this plane, we're gonna go new, and we're gonna select a bump node, plug the normal into the normal, select the noise texture, factor into the height. No, not that. I'm gonna hit a color ramp, plug the color into the roughness, factor into the factor, and I'm gonna bring the base color down, and I'm gonna bring it right about here. I'm gonna bring the scale up. Or maybe if we delete the bump node and put the factor into the normal, and bring it down to right about here, and get black. Where is our light? We're gonna bring the light down. Give it a little bit of wet look and bring the roughness down a little bit. Alright, the next thing what we're gonna do is we're gonna press shift D, we're gonna press shift and tilde, and we're gonna scroll down and bring this a little bit forward, like right about here, and we're gonna bring the camera back a little bit. Alright, the next thing what we're gonna do is first we're gonna save this, and we're gonna import, we're gonna import an FBX. You can download this from Mixamo, it's free. Bring it here, scale him down. Okay, so the next thing what we're gonna do is, let me see if he's above the ground. Yeah, he's on the ground. Alright, the next thing what we're gonna do is we're gonna go into world settings and we're gonna turn everything to dark. I'm gonna go into the light settings and I'm gonna keep it 50, and I'm gonna give it an orange look. I'm gonna go into world settings for now. I'm gonna light it up. Alright, the next thing what we're gonna do is we're gonna create a cube, and we are going to scale that on the x-axis, and I'm gonna scale it up on the z-axis, scaled on the x-axis to right about here. Let's just bring it right about here. Let's just scale it down right about there. We're gonna go into edit mode and we're gonna go into edge select, and we're gonna create an edge right here, and we're gonna create an edge right here. We're gonna go into face select, we're gonna select this, we're gonna extrude it out. I'm gonna select this guy, I'm gonna extrude it out. Wait, let me go into right view to right about there. And I'm gonna select this, I'm gonna go into our material, and I'm gonna apply this 50, maybe 30, or maybe 20, and we're gonna give this a dark orange. gonna bring it back. I'm gonna go here, bring it closer, G and Y, scale it down to right about here. Go into the world settings, bring it down, select this guy, give it 30, and we're gonna select our light, gonna give it 100, and let's create an area light. Shift A, area light, G and Z, G and Y, bring it down, make it orange, bring it here. Let's bump this up to, let's just say 20 is fine. Now the next thing what we're gonna do is we're gonna save this, and we're gonna go into Shift A, we're gonna go into curve, and I don't have this turned on. I'm gonna keep it to 0.6, and we're gonna go into curve. We're gonna create cable eraser. I'm gonna create cable. I'm gonna select this point, and I'm gonna select this point, and I'm gonna press Shift, and we're gonna press S. We're gonna press S, and we're gonna press Shift, and then we're gonna press D to create tension. Alright, let's try this one more time. Shift A, cable eraser, and we're gonna create cable. Let's just go here. No, let's just light this up for a moment and hide the camera. Create a cable, select this point, and select this point. And bring it down right about there. Create another cable from here to here. Bring the tension down a bit. Create another cable from here to here. And I'm gonna press Shift A, curve, and we're gonna draw a cable. Let's see how this looks like. Nah, this one's not that. Go back, Shift A, cable radar, create cable. I'm gonna select that, and we're gonna select this guy. We're gonna go into color, material, and we're gonna give it metallic, and we're gonna give it black. We're gonna go into world settings. We're gonna bring the world settings down, and I'm gonna press Shift A. I'm gonna create an empty. I'm gonna bring it here, bring it here, bring it down, scale it down, bring it here, bring it right about, yes, on point. Let's go into our camera and depth of field, and we're gonna select the empty, and we're gonna bring this down a little bit to right about there. Control S. Now let's see how this looks like in cycles. Let's do something about the ground. Let's bring the scale down a little bit. Control T, If we put object into vector, I just want to know how this looks like in cycles. Let's render this and see how this looks. Alright guys, this is how it looks like in cycles, and this is how it looks like in Eevee. One other thing I wanted to do is add a cube, bring it here, and scale it up. And let's go into shading. And delete this and add a volume scatter. And boom. So you have something like this. So I'm gonna save it. Volume absorption. So guys, if you enjoyed this tutorial, give it a like, give it a thumbs up, comment, subscribe, share, and the links of this building and this car are gonna be in the description, so go and get it for free. And buy Cable Orator. It's available on Gumroad and Blender Market. So thank you so much for watching this tutorial, and stay frosty, and as always, Frosti-Town signing out.